Hey everyone, welcome to the channel and to your new moon in Aquarius tarot reading. So this is going to be a little bit different. To begin with, I just want to summarize this energy and then I will go into the individual elements, messages. I'm having to group the readings together because honestly I just didn't have an opportunity to do them over the weekend. A lot came up, so I just did not get around to it. So I figured I would at least tap into the key messages and energies that you need to know with this transit. So, as many of you know, it is now the new moon in Aquarius. We're already in this lunation period. So it's a really important time to get very, very discerning on what challenges you may be facing in terms of what could be forcing you out of your comfort zone, what needs changing, what dynamics do you need to take a closer look at when it comes to your social interactions, when it comes to your work, when it comes to your lifestyle, when it comes to your belief systems. There's a lot of things that are being highlighted at this time, especially on a societal level, on a collective level. We're all being forced to take a closer look at these things because ultimately the end goal is to elevate. Whether you are consciously doing the work to elevate in your own way, to ascend in your own way or not, regardless, it is a collective push to ascend. That is the energy that's coming through, to challenge societal norms, to rebel against the structures and infrastructures that keep us limited, confined, bound, and feeling powerless. So that is the key theme that's coming through. So yes, while it is a very powerful time for manifestation, it's also a really powerful time for challenging your own beliefs, your own perceived limitations, so that you can go above and beyond that, to transcend what you believe to be possible and break through to the new paradigm. So a very, very powerful lunation indeed. It's also the Chinese New Year, or New Year's Eve, should I say. So for those of you who celebrate, Happy New Year. I hope you have an amazing start to your new year. It is the year of the tiger, so if you want to know the relevance behind that and what that means for the collective, you can have a look at that in your own time. Okay, so I'm doing this spread a bit differently. One, because I have a new deck that I'm anxious to try because it's absolutely gorgeous. And two, because I'm planning to condense it into one video. So I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to start by pulling an oracle card from the Moonology deck to get the overall energy and theme. We'll then pull some channeled messages using the Lenormand. I have a brand new deck. It is the Gilded Reverie Lenormand. I'm absolutely in love with this deck already, so I can't wait to dive into that. And then I'm going to pull 3 tarot cards on top of that, okay? Still doing it on an elemental basis rather than the specific astrological signs, okay? So just to give you a heads up of the structure. So let's start first of all by taking a look at air signs, okay? Seeing as it is a lunation in Aquarius and it's also Aquarius season, let's have a look at first of all what air signs need to know with regards to this transit. So what is it that's coming up potentially, or rather being highlighted for air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius over the next couple of weeks? Wow, a lot of cards wanting to come out, but I'll take the top one. A new start is coming, new moon. Yeah, exactly. Couldn't be any more relevant, right? This is the time, this is the season. Plant those seeds, okay? Now is an excellent time to plant new seeds. If there's something you're wanting to initiate, to start, to revisit maybe, start planning, start putting pen to paper, start conjuring up ideas, getting your ideas down, start expressing what you need to express to those who may be a part of this vision, right? See if they're on board, see if there's something that, see if this is something that they would be interested in participating in, if this is a group effort, right? If this is something that you want to embark on in a team, whatever this is, now is the time to start planting those initial seeds. If there's something that has been in the works for a while but you didn't feel like you could really move on, now is a good time to start getting those plans solidified, so that once everything starts really moving forward, especially now that we're entering February, I feel like with so many of the planets now going direct, it is the time. It is the time to not only plant these seeds, but actually get those wheels in motion. So this is being highlighted for you specifically, air signs. Now is an excellent time for you to start speaking into existence what it is that you want. Amazing. Okay, now let's get some Lenormand cards then. What else do air signs need to know with the new moon in Aquarius energy? What's going to help them with this new start? What is it that they need to be aware of? Okay, you have the woman. Okay. The birds. One more, please. Oh, we got two. Okay, I'll take them because they came out together. Coffin and the house. Okay. Interesting that that's the combination you got here. Yeah, okay. So what you need to know, air signs, is that I feel like you may be in your feminine aspect. This can pertain to a woman that you may be in connection with. Okay, this could be a love interest. This could be you specifically on the receiving end. I feel like there is something happening here with birds being present next to it. I feel like what you may not be seeing is that people may be trying to work out what's happening in your life. Maybe you've been keeping things under wraps, keeping quiet. There's some gossip here, I feel, about what your next steps are, what your next actions are. I feel like there is someone here. This could be you or the person you're dealing with. But I feel like someone is kind of in a very reflective mode. I feel like this is you in your divine feminine aspect. I feel like you're reflecting on the past. And I feel like because you've been very quiet, you may be already planting these seeds in complete privacy. I feel like there are people trying to suss you out, find out what's happening with you, especially because you may have gone extremely quiet. Like I said, I can see with the coffin here, that's something that's come to an end, right? And it's around some kind of foundation here with the home. It may even be that you've experienced a loss. It's possible that this could even be the loss of a home, the loss of a loved one, and people are speculating, you know, what you're experiencing, how you're feeling, what you're going through. And if that's the case, I'm really sorry that's been your experience. Okay, I feel like there has been some element of loss or needing to let go of something that you once considered a foundation, because there is something new that's trying to be birthed here. I can see that very, very clearly. I do feel like you're in a very contemplative mode right now. You may be keeping to yourself. I don't feel like you are part of this group of people that are communicating back and forth. I think this is a lot of speculation about you on the outside, because you are really keeping to yourself. I feel like you are still in a very receptive, loving energy, right? Hence the rose being in her hand. But I feel like you may be mourning the loss of something or someone. And if that's the case, I'm really sorry that that has been your experience. But know that, you know, when we do lose a loved one, they're never truly gone. We always feel their energy. We're still connected on a spiritual level, okay? But I do feel like it may be forcing you to uproot yourself, with the home being highlighted there as well, the house. Okay, so you may be looking to, especially say for example, if you're at quite a distance from family, from relatives, you may be thinking of relocating closer to family because you're longing for familiarity, for that familiar connection. Or you may be going back home for a burial here, or to just be closer to loved ones. Maybe you are transitioning home. This could maybe signaling the end of, like I said, a foundation you have. So you may be terminating a contract on a home, a lease, and looking to move elsewhere. That's possible as well. That could be a part of your new start, moving elsewhere. Okay, what does the tarot have to say? Any parting advice for air signs? The Magician, okay. Gemini, Virgo energy. Yeah, you are in full manifestation mode. So even if you are experiencing a significant loss, a painful loss, know that you are very powerful at this time. You've got powerful, positive changes coming in, okay? Four of Cups. And what else? The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. That is Virgo energy. Strong Virgo coming out here. So you may have Virgo placements. You may have lost a family member that was a Virgo. And the World at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, cycle is ending here. So if you have been going through something very painful or challenging, know that this is coming to an end and a new cycle is about to begin. You are very much manifesting some powerful changes in your life. It's just important that you take some time out to really process your emotions. I feel like on some level, you may be resisting your grief, your pain. You may be resisting experiencing those heavier emotions because you don't want to acknowledge it, and I understand why. But it's an important part of your healing process because I feel like the divine are trying to highlight your emotional state at this time for a reason, so that when you go through this process of healing, of going through grief or loss, you can then start to energetically open up again and start to receive these blessings that you are manifesting very strongly for yourself at this time. But I feel like while there's an emotional blockage, it can't happen, because even, you know, with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, that signals not only are you emotionally blocked, but physically there is a lot of resistance from moving forward. And again, if you're experiencing a loss, such as losing a family member, I can fully understand that. I can fully empathize with that, okay? But you need to take time for yourself, okay? Take a moment's respite to heal, to reflect, to sit with your emotions, not suppress them. And then when you get those gentle nudges that it's time to, you know, take practical steps, start taking practical steps, either towards going back to see loved ones, spending time with family, or possibly, you know, changing your environment in some shape or form. Because I feel like you are planting these seeds, but right now you're just struggling to take the step forward, the next step forward. Okay, but hopefully this will help a little bit. But know that whatever pain and difficulty you've experienced, that's coming to an end. Okay, so air signs, I really hope that helps. Sending you the best of luck through this healing process, and I'm sending you all my love as well. Okay, water signs. This is going to be for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So let's see, what is it that you guys need to know? What is the key thing for this new moon in Aquarius for you guys? Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Amazing. You have cardinal moon. Be bold and make the first move. Yes. Okay. So water signs, I feel like you're being asked to take the lead, take the initiative. This is a really good time for you to start expressing your needs, your wants, your wishes, your desires, and aligning that with assertive action. Okay. So if there's something you want, express that to those who need to hear it, to the universe. And then do things that are in alignment with whatever it is that you're wanting to create, change, manifest, alter, right? Transform. So you're being asked to essentially kind of step up more into your masculine energy right now, to take initiative, to be assertive, to not be afraid to express what you want, not being afraid to go after what you want. Have confidence and belief that you can make it happen, and that you're deserving of this, right? Whatever this is to you, we'll see if we can get more clarity in a moment, but it's clear that there are some things you're wanting to do. There are some changes you want to make. There are some goals that you have in mind. So you're being encouraged to get out there, get moving, get things done, right? Cool. All right. Let's see what else we can find out. Let's go over to the Lenormand now. Okay, so you have the house. So some of you may be thinking, I've been getting this a lot, even in the February readings. A lot of people are thinking about changing their home environment. So I'm not surprised that the house came out again. Let's see what else we got here. The clover, which is awesome. That's really, really a good omen, okay? So if you are considering a house move, this is a very good omen for that. What else? The key, amazing. Unlocking some significant abundance, it looks like. And the tree, oh my gosh. Okay. Wow, water signs. This is a gorgeous combination. And you have the star at the bottom of the deck. Okay. You're in a very, very lucky energy right now. You have no idea. The house, the clover, the key, and the tree. I mean, this is screaming of unlocking abundance, okay? If you want to change your environment, you want to change your lifestyle, you have so much luck on your side to do that, okay? So now is the time, like I said, be bold, take action, okay? Be bold, make the first move. Yes, okay? The universe is giving you the perfect energetic lineup. Now you have to meet it halfway by taking the steps, right? Luck is absolutely on your side. This is amazing. So there's something about foundation here that is changing for the better. This can be literally moving home. This could be going to a new location, possibly even just taking a break, right? Whatever this is. But it's more speaking of changes in home dynamics or literally changing home. There's some foundational change here that's taking place. It could even be talking about work, to be fair, but this is more about, you know, home life. But it's really, really positive, okay? Whatever change you're making is going to serve you very well when it comes to your home, okay? That could even be speaking of decorating your home. Maybe you want to refurbish your home. Maybe you're thinking about, changing home, maybe going to a completely new location. Whatever it is, luck is on your side to do this, okay? And it's going to serve you very well. Because with the key, I feel like you are unlocking some powerful, powerful manifestation abilities with the clover on one side and the tree on the other. This is like, so you've been experiencing health issues and you're like, oh, I just want to get healthy. Now it feels like there's some information, there's some knowledge that you're acquiring that's unlocking the key to vitality, to youthfulness, to very good health, right? It's like the missing formula that you're stumbling across. And now you know exactly how to improve your health. And not only that, you're going to be full of vitality, feeling very young. And I feel like this is something that you're going to carry with you for the rest of your life. I feel like, you know, if your goal was to have a long, healthy life, you've found how to do that. Okay, you've unlocked the knowledge that will allow you to have a long, healthy life. It's that significant, okay? So a lot of abundance coming in. This is going to be different for different people, but it definitely is talking about the outer temple and the inner temple, okay? Your body and your home, your foundation. There's a lot of prosperity around that. So I definitely see upgrades on a DNA level and also in terms of your foundations. This is insane. Okay. So I feel like you're unlocking a lot of abundance on that level. Amazing. So let's see what else we can find out here that can help you. Yeah, you have the High Priestess in reverse. That is Pisces energy, can also be equated to Cancer. You have the 10 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I don't think you see this coming though. I don't think you realize just how lucky you really are right now. And the Page of Wands, okay, fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Wheel of Fortune in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, this is the thing. I don't feel like this is about you being on the bad end of karma at all. I don't feel like this is about, because we can see the opposite of that, right? I feel like you've been experiencing the hardships, right? You feel like everything was at a standstill for a long time, which is why you're not anticipating such a sudden change, but it's coming now. So that's why you're being encouraged to listen to your intuition. Your intuition is trying to get your attention, possibly through signs, synchronicities, numerology, that this energy is presenting itself to you now. So take advantage of it, use it to your benefit, okay? Whatever changes you want to make in terms of the foundations you've built, in terms of your health, your vitality, your abundance, now's a good time to do it because luck is literally on your side. The universe is giving you the keys to your freedom, okay? But you have to be the one to turn the key. So it's important that you release any burdens that you've been carrying, especially those that are not yours to bear, and get into the energy of the Page of Wands, which is someone who is not afraid to try something new. This is a very adventurous spirit, okay? So if there's something you want to change, to create, now's a good time to experiment, okay? That's literally that energy. Create something new, something beautiful. like refurbishing your home, trying different color schemes, right? Maybe moving to a new house in a location that possibly you wouldn't have initially thought to move or thought that you would be able to move to, but you can, right? Things like that. Trying a different approach to your health, maybe changing your diet up, maybe changing your exercise routine, right? Doing something a bit different is going to pay off, but it does require you stepping out of the comfort zone. So I hope that helps, water signs. This looks really, really good. Okay, fire signs. Let's see what it is that you need to know in this new moon in Aquarius transit. So what is it that fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius needs to know at this time? What is the key theme for this lunation for the fire signs? North Node, step out of your comfort zone. Okay, whenever I pull this card, I always recommend taking a look at your natal chart and taking a look at where the North Node lies, okay, at the time of your birth. So whatever the corresponding zodiac sign is, you want to look deeper into that because it's being highlighted for a reason, okay? Step out of your comfort zone. This is all about your forward movement, your trajectory, what you feel is your path, your destiny, what is predestined, okay, for you, what is a part of your life's journey, okay? There are some things that are already mapped out, and it's important to get a clear vision of where it is that you are headed, okay? What is in alignment with you at this current point and where you feel your focus needs to lie. So in order to reach the next checkpoint, if you want to look at it that way, right? In order to reach the next checkpoint in your life, you need to know exactly what direction you're headed in. Because if you have no compass, if you have no sense of direction, you're just going to be like this, right? Looping back all over yourself. But if you have a clear path ahead of you, you know what to aim for, okay? So that's why I say take a look at your North Node, because that's going to give you a bit more of an overall sense of direction, okay? But let's see if we can get a bit more information in relation to that, because it's being highlighted, as I said, at this time for a reason. Yeah, so very, very interesting, because remember that Aquarius energy with the new moon, that's about significant changes, okay? Challenging the old paradigm so you can catapult yourself towards the new, okay? So let's see what else you need to know. Oh, look at that. I couldn't have got a more perfect card. The doors, okay? 22 on the card as well. So twos are very, very strong, very prominent this year from a numerological sense, okay? The number 2 is very, very much highlighted this year. But yes, 2 doors are open to you, 2 pathways. Neither is incorrect. May I just add that, okay? It's not about which is right and which is wrong. Both are equally as valid. It's about what you feel is in alignment for yourself. They're both going to lead you where you need to be in the end. So it's about using your intuition, following the signs, and taking the path that feels right to you, okay? Because there are 2 pathways open to you at this time. Yeah, you got the tree. So this can be about discovery, self-discovery. I feel like that's what's being highlighted here. This is again about your journey, your purpose, your forward movement, your destiny. This is a journey of self-discovery very strongly for you guys. You may be going through a significant spiritual awakening, or you're unlocking some DNA codes, right? Learning more about your ancestry, your family tree. This can even be a spiritual initiation. You're unlocking some vital knowledge here that's going to help you make this decision. Amazing. What else have we got here? The whip. So this is actually the broom or the birch, but we have a whip and a birch here. So, okay. For some of you, this is very karmic as well. So depending on your choices is going to dictate the karmic outcome, okay? Again, I don't feel like any pathway is necessarily wrong because it's going to lead you to the same outcome in the end. But depending on how you use this information, okay, because it does come with a warning with the snake at the bottom of the deck, which path you take will dictate the outcome in terms of not where you ultimately end up, because you're ending up where you need to end up regardless, okay? But it will dictate how this cycle looks for you, okay? You will still learn a lot either way, okay? You will unlock a lot of knowledge, but depending on your choices, I mean, you're at a crossroads, okay? This is a very key moment in your life. Depending on your choices, right? Especially because you are spiritually awakening or ascending. Depending on your choices, it's going to dictate the karma, okay? So you have a very strong warning there, because we see the snake and the fox. If you know that you've been making decisions from an ego place, if you know you've been false, if you've been deceptive, if you've not been forthcoming, if you've been doing things that are potentially harmful to others, you're going to reap karmic justice, okay? So this is a very strong warning that if you want to get right karmically, be very clear and careful about what decisions you make, because it carries a consequence, okay? So there's a very strong warning coming in for fire signs at this time. Yeah, so just be aware of that in your decision making. All right, let's see what else we can find out here. The mask. Yeah, okay. Wow. And you have the well at the bottom of the deck, okay. So this is it. Even if you get your butt whooped for something you did, right, by the divine, they're still whooping your butt with love. None of us escape karma. Trust me, when I've done things that are self-sabotory, the universe doesn't let me get away from it. I'm not saying I've never done anything harmful to anyone in my life, of course not. But it's never been intentional. But even if it's been intentional or not, if I do something that is caused upset or pain or affects the balance, you know, the universal law of things, then of course I'm going to be on the receiving end of karma. I just expect that, okay? That's why you need to be very clear on your decision making and what choices you make, because it all carries a consequence. And I'm seeing that really strong here. So fire signs, I have to warn you, you're being made an example of at this time. So be very careful with what you choose and where you align your energy, okay? Because any false masks that you've been wearing are being ripped off, okay? Everything's being illuminated. So, and especially with this energy, so you cannot mask anything that's been done in the shadows is coming to light. Hence the sun and the moon and the light in the center, okay? So all I want to say is just check yourself, okay, before the universe comes in and check you. But the good thing to know is, even if you are getting your butt whooped a little bit and you feel that way, know that the divine are not just going to punish you and leave you behind. No, they're going to give you a little bit of a butt whooping, and they're going to say, okay, do you understand why this happened? And you're going to say, yes, I did. Okay, so now what are you going to do to restore balance here, okay? How are you going to restore balance in the situation? How are you going to restore balance within yourself? Because even if you've dug a hole for yourself, you can still work your way out of it. No one is beyond reach, okay, when it comes to the divine. But you have to be willing to put the work in. If you want to change your karma, you want to change your fortune, you have to put the work in. And no one's exempt from that. This applies to everybody. But I'm just saying, you know, that this is really being highlighted for fire signs at this time. So if you know that you've been doing everything with integrity, you're coming from a loving space, your karma is going to be awesome. If you know that you've been operating from a very shady, deceptive, egotistical space, you're going to get your butt whooped. So you learn the lesson, okay? This is literally how it is. All right, let's get some tarot. And again, you know, even me telling you this, I'm telling you this because I care, right? It's not because I want to scare you or make you feel like, oh, you're a terrible person. No, I have to tell you what I see. And I've been seeing this play out in various ways, through various messages as well, that, you know, certain signs are being made an example of right now. And fire signs, you guys are it, unfortunately. So just be mindful of that. This is to help you, right? So you stay on your true path, facing your true north, and not being swayed by ego or deception or, you know, questionable forces or individuals or situations or offers. Because remember, you know, not every opportunity that looks shiny is necessarily good for you, okay? So just be aware of that. Yeah, look at that, 9 of Swords, okay. Yeah, this is not a pleasant energy. What else? Oh, but this is good. Okay, so let me show you. You have the Devil in reverse, Capricorn energy. All right, so you are being freed from something toxic here. And the Seven of Wands in reverse, yeah. Okay, so I feel like some fire signs have been slipping. I can see that clear as day, okay? Making unhealthy choices for yourself. Never mind anyone else, even for yourself. Where your mental health, as well as your physical health, right? Because this is, you know, on the diagonal from the tree, which is also speaking of physical health. So your mental and your physical health could be suffering at this time because of some choices you've made, right? Aligning yourself to things that are toxic for you. But I feel like you're removing those things from your life. You're freeing yourself from toxic situations, people, energies, maybe removing toxic foods out of your diet, toxic drinks, addictive behaviors you have, whatever it is. It's going to vary from person to person. However you've been self-sabotaging and feeding your ego and your shadow, you are now doing something about it because you have to. You have no choice but to do something about it, right? But with the Seven of Wands in reverse, I feel like, again, that snake was under the deck on the Lenormand. Temptation is still going to be present to continue making a wrong choice. So that's where you're really going to need to check yourself. You may also need like an accountability friend, right? That can also check you when they see you slipping, especially if you are dealing with any kind of addiction. So you might need some support is what I want to say. But again, this reading is not to scare you. It's to help you get back on your path, facing your true north. Because I feel like you are being, you're having truths illuminated here. You're being enlightened. You're having a bit of an awakening to what needs to change here, right? So this is to help you get back on your true path. So yeah, hopefully that helps. I'm sorry if that sounds like the universe and myself are going into mum mode, but sometimes we all need that, right? This is not exclusive to you, fire signs. We all get this at some point. So it's just something that's being highlighted for you right now. But if you use this energy in the right way, you take the message on board, you can reflect and be like, okay, this is where I've been self-sabotaging, or this is where I didn't handle this situation the best way, or maybe I should really try and make amends with this person, whatever the situation is, you can take corrective steps is what I want to say, all right? So I hope that helps, whoever needed that message. Earth signs, you're up next. So let's see, what is the key theme for you for the new moon in Aquarius, for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn? Key theme for this lunation, please. All right, you have emotions are running high, supermoon. Wow, okay. So essentially, even though, okay, so what I'm getting is this. Your emotions are being surfaced for a reason, okay? You may be feeling a lot of things simultaneously. I feel like there's going to be a lot of changes that come in very quickly that's going to bring about all sorts of feelings, happiness, joy, maybe anxiety, stress, maybe fear, things of that nature. There may be some painful emotions that are surfaced for a reason, for healing. But I feel like it's going to be, for a lot of you, a very mixed bag, okay? You're going to feel a lot of things at once. You're going to need to ground yourself while you're working through all of these emotions. But I feel like it's being supercharged and highlighted for a reason, because you don't see how powerful your emotions really are, how much it does have an impact, right, on your day-to-day. You may not be feeling it for the most part, because they're lying dormant and you're just going about your business. But that doesn't mean on an unconscious level, it's not having an impact on you, okay? So there's a reason why it's being uprooted, so you can really take a moment to reflect and look at it. And remember, Aquarius is about significant change, right? A different way of doing things, a different approach. So maybe the reason this is being highlighted for you guys is because you need a different approach in terms of how you process and handle your emotions, okay? Your relationship with your emotional body is changing. Also, how you communicate, how you express emotion is changing as well, okay? Because remember, Aquarius energy, that's air energy, that is mental, and that is also vocal, okay? So let's see what else we can find out here. So let's go over to the Lenormand. Very interesting though. So I feel like essentially earth signs, you're being cracked open, okay, is what I feel. But let's see what else we can find out. Yeah, look at that. We have the clouds, okay? So good and bad, like I said, the heavy emotions, the light emotions, it's all being uprooted for a reason. So that is like literally the perfect card I could have pulled. Okay, what else we got here? The Mountain, okay. Yeah, this could be a little bit challenging for you guys, I'm not gonna lie, but it's for a reason, like I said. The Anchor, there we go. There's that grounding that I was talking about. And the last card, the Bridge. Again, transformation, very transformative. Going from one way of doing things to another. You also have the Owls at the bottom of the deck, which is a very wise, knowledgeable energy. This is also seeking counsel from elders, from people that are more experienced, from people who are very wise, right? Getting good advice, okay? So you may be being encouraged at this time to start expressing and communicating your emotions more with those who are very discerning, very wise, that are very good at holding space, that are non-judgmental, that will be able to understand and relate to your experiences, okay? So I do feel like this is about communication, as I said. But in order to be able to communicate your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, you need to first be clear on what it is that you're feeling, what it is that your thoughts are highlighting. Okay, hence the clouds being here, because I think for a long time you've not been clear on what your emotions are, especially when it comes to certain subject matters. You may have been trying to stay in a neutral energy, but regardless, the highs and lows still remain in the background, and I feel like there may have been some experiences that are highlighting this, your true feelings on certain matters. So there is a need to reflect on this and get clear on what it is that makes you feel good and what it is that's making you feel bad at this time, okay? Because obviously there are adjustments needed, especially because it's next to the Mountain. This is a very challenging energy. This is about overcoming obstacles, having a different approach. It goes exactly into what I channeled in the beginning, that you need to change your approach. Your approach to how you process emotions and communicate your feelings needs to change, because I feel like there has been a lot of suppression. This can be the energy of obstacles, blockages, your path being blocked. Your throat chakra could be blocked. So you're not communicating, you're not expressing your feelings, you're swallowing them, okay? That's why you're being asked to really reflect on it. It's essentially like the divine are just reaching down into your being and pulling them to the surface. You have no choice but to confront them and start expressing how you really feel, okay? So this is a challenge in energy, but it's going to serve you so well for the rest of your life, being able to get past this roadblock. But the good thing with that is you do have the Anchor. This is, again, a grounding energy. This is a very positive card to have, especially next to these two, right? Which are very challenging energies, very challenging cards. But it means that you can, again, you see these birds, that's communication, grounding your energy, being rooted in your emotional body, having a very strong connection with your emotional body, and then being able to express your emotion, no matter how turbulent it can be, no matter how high and low the waves of emotion can be, you can still center yourself because you have an anchor point, right? You have a method, you have something to fall back on. Right? You have not just emotional intelligence, but emotional stability, right? So you need to be able to anchor yourself in order to be able to express emotion in a healthy way, right? As opposed to suppressing it. Because I don't feel like it's that you guys have been dealing with any explosive energy or anything like that. I feel like you have a tendency to not either not look at your emotions or suppress it. And that's why it's being forced to the surface, okay? So you have a different relationship with your emotional body. For those of you who I'm picking up on anyway. Next you have the Bridge, right? So again, transitioning from the old way of doing things to the new. Making a connection here. This could also be about reconciliation, bridging a communication gap. Maybe there was some kind of falling out between you and another. You're having to find some commonality, mend a broken bridge. That can be possible as well. That's why it's important for you to first of all process your emotions, ground your energy, open your throat chakra up and start expressing yourself, but from that very centered, grounded energy. so you can find this commonality, you can find this meeting point. And now let's get some tarot messages. Okay, Page of Cups, that's water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Eight of Cups in reverse. Okay, yeah, so there's obviously something that has triggered you emotionally. And what we got here, Four of Wands in reverse, fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Yeah, so I feel like you also have the Queen of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. That is Cancerian energy. So Cancer energy may mean something to you, but regardless, what I'm seeing here is that there may be an apology coming, okay, for some of you, or you may feel like you need to apologize for something or other. Take it how it resonates. This could be someone wanting to build a bridge and find a way to, you know, communicate, okay? This is about mending a bridge rather than rebuilding, I feel. So I do feel like possibly you have someone that wants to apologize. I think you're being encouraged to be open to it, because from what I can see, you haven't fully released this situation or the connection anyway. The Eight of Cups is in reverse. So you haven't emotionally detached from this yet, regardless of whether or not you have said to yourself you have. Emotionally, I can see you haven't, but you may be suppressing your emotions, or you may be having a difficult time expressing that. Maybe you feel like part of the reason you've been in this energy is because you haven't had a chance. I feel like that opportunity is coming up, which is why your emotions are being highlighted. That's why it's being uprooted. So you can work through it, process it, get clear on where you stand, i.e. the anchor, and then be able to express yourself from that place of knowing exactly where you stand, what your position is, right, on whatever this is. Because, yeah, again, this looks like a foundation that was broken, with the Four of Wands being in reverse. This could have been a relationship, a connection, some kind of foundation here was broken, hence the mending of the bridges. So I hope that helps, signs. A lot to think about there, but even though this is a challenging energy for you, it's going to be so rewarding in the long run. So do keep this in mind if this applies to you. So I wish you the best of luck with that. And yeah, I'll pull some cards for you again very soon. Okay, so that was your new moon in Aquarius reading. I hope these messages helped everyone who needed them. Thank you so much for checking this out. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Click the notification bell and click all so you don't miss out on any of your upcoming readings. But this is a really powerful time for us all. As I say, you know, you can watch from your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Just make sure that you use this to your advantage, because it really is that powerful. You can make some profound changes in your life by knowing how to apply the energy. So wishing you the best of luck with that, and I look forward to doing another reading for you soon. Take care, bye for now.